I thought this was going to be the perfect Spanish adventure. It had nature, history, dinosaurs, but it rained the night before and the rocks were slippery. This was not how I imagined my Friday going. This video isn't really about dinosaurs, it's about what it's like to live in Spain as an American. You know, the real stuff. I didn't move here for the sangria because that's for tourists. I moved here for a slower pace of life. I moved here to connect with a new community. I moved here because I knew that here I could get over hustle culture. I didn't realize that I do so many really neat things by moving here. My neighbor runs the local dinosaur museum. So I was invited to visit a dig that they had been working on for a few months. This winter and spring has been really, really wet, and now that the weather is turning, it was time to resume the excavation. First, the supplies had to be airlifted. The site is situated on a cliff we have to climb later. And this part of Spain is littered with dinosaur bones and cave drawings. It's really spectacular, actually. Along the coast near Colunga and Ribadesella, you can walk beside real dinosaur footprints preserved in the rocks along the cliffs. The problem with these rocks is that it had rained last night and they are really, really slippery. I wore Air Force Ones, not hiking shoes, because I don't own a pair. That's not because my husband didn't try to get me some. I just haven't found a pair that I like. Anyway, my neighbor didn't think that I should do the climb, and I agree. We ended up having a nice cup of coffee with two gentlemen that we had met that morning. They were from a local publication and grabbing footage of the dig. They were told it was too dangerous for them too, and they had hiking boots. It's really a small world here. If you're open to conversation, you will likely learn that you're linked to the people you meet somehow. One of the gentlemen had read the article about me in the paper last week. The other gentleman's brother lives near us. Those things seem so small initially, but they're a great way to connect with new people. We met them today and ended up having a coffee for over an hour. It was a non-stop conversation. It was fantastic. This wasn't what I had planned, but honestly, it's a pretty good example of what living in Spain is like. Here, there's always someone to talk to. It's actually quite challenging to feel isolated, and that's unless you decide to hide in your bedroom every day and choose online instead of in person. Even though conversation here comes easily, making friends does take time. People here aren't unfriendly, they're cautious though. There isn't a pressure to perform socially. I am confident that friendships develop more easily over food and drink. Since we couldn't take you to the dig site, I wanted to peek at the dinosaur museum. My favorite part of this museum is the ceiling. It's actually designed to feel like you're stepping inside the ribcage of a massive dinosaur. The building is actually shaped like a dinosaur footprint. I miss cronuts. I miss driving cars. I'm still avoiding working on my driver's license though. I miss being able to go in store and buy makeup that suits my color. But I don't miss rushing everywhere like I was in a constant emergency. Why is nothing open in August? Because August is a month of rest. Many businesses, especially small ones and government offices, they shut down or they run on skeleton staff while everyone heads to the beach or the mountains. If you need paperwork done, do it before July or we'll see you in September. Can you get by in Spain without speaking Spanish? I mean, sort of. In touristy areas, definitely. Banks, hospitals, town halls, not so much in real life. People are kind, but Google Translate won't help when they start speaking fast or start using local slang. Even a little effort in Spanish goes such a long way. Is it really that bad? Yes and no. It's not malicious, it's just what it is. You'll often need 5 documents to complete just one thing, and no one actually tells you what the full list is up front. Appointments can be weeks out. Just relax and bring copies. Always bring copies. Isn't Spain just Spain? No. Spain is a patchwork of distinct regions. Each one has its own identity and sometimes even its own language. Catalonia, the Basque Country, Galicia, Asturias, they're all culturally unique. And knowing this really helps to avoid misunderstandings and earns you some respect. Can you move here and figure out the visa later? Definitely not. Spain loves paperwork and hates when you improvise on it. Visa applications can take months, and you usually must apply from your home country. Planning ahead really is the difference between you sipping wine in a plaza versus flying back home to start all over. Are Spaniards proud of being Spanish? Yes, absolutely. And they're also proud of where they're from in Spain. Regional identity is strong. Asturiano, for example, very much is from Asturias first. Locals love it if you learn about their customs, their food, or even the local language. Will you be eating more bread and olive oil than you expect? Absolutely. Bread appears at nearly every meal, and olive oil is essentially its own food group. No one measures it. It just gets poured generously onto toast, onto veggies, into soups. Your taste buds will appreciate it. Does Amazon Prime work like it does in the US? Can we get past Amazon? I mean, it doesn't really work like it does in the US. Next day delivery is more like within the week, if you're lucky, and then returns can be a lot of work sometimes. But try and buy local. Will you ever stop comparing how everything is done in the US to Spain? At first, no. Every tiny difference will stand out, but over time, you'll stop measuring Spain against the US and just start living. That's when you start to feel the shift. That's when it feels more like home. Most people visiting Spain, they go to places like Barcelona or Madrid, maybe the south. And there's nothing wrong with that, but up here in Asturias, it's different. It has a different palette, there's a distinct sound, and there are barely any tourists, and we like that here. This is the Green Coast, La Costa Verde, the part of Spain that feels more like Ireland than Ibiza. Mornings smell like rain and wood smoke, and cows can outnumber people in some places. If you do ever come here, don't expect tapas and sun because you're going to get mist and cheese and prehistoric sea cliffs. And yes, there are dinosaurs, real ones. I mean, well, fossils, tracks, a whole trail that follows ancient footprints along the coast. I tried to go to a dig site. I failed. It rained. Everything turned into slippery rock, and then it became coffee with new acquaintances. This is Asturias. Beautiful, it's humbling, it's definitely damp, and that's why I love it. You don't come here for nightlife, you come here to feel small, but in the best possible way. You eat slowly, you can hike until you lose signal, and then you start noticing all the little things, the birds, the different smells in the air. This is Lastres. This is where I'm going to end this video. It's just a small fishing village, but it feels like a secret, like one of those places that doesn't try to impress you. It just is, and somehow that's more than enough. If you're tired of tourist Spain, this is your place. And if you want more corners like this, I'll show you. Remember to subscribe to see what's next. And until then, bye.